Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Geek Patrol, and our microphones don't have a stun setting. I'm Joe Thorderson, here with my friends Brandon Olmstead and Allan Gilbreth, and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And visiting is a ghost from the past. I don't know if that's the right word, but Claire, we haven't had you on the show, and I mean, we're talking years. We've got our friend Claire McKelvey. We met you at another place that we don't like to talk about.
A dark place.
I'll talk about it.
Okay.
But as a professional courtesy,
Okay.
I will just say I was walking down the street, saw a $5 bill, and then it started moving. And all of a sudden, I see Allan with a fishing pole just inside this building, and I figure, why not? Let's see what's going on. And here I am.
It's the worst decision you ever made.
And for $5 measly bucks, too.
That's not unlike the origin story of a lot of Allan's associates, though. You know, sometimes it's food, sometimes it's money.
It's food.
One of these days, we have got to totally do an entire hour on nothing but the cult of Gilbreth.
There you go. So, hey, you guys. So, today's going to be another one of our organic shows. We also want to say, hey, this is the last day of the fur meet over at the Vitality Hotel off of Perkins and 240. We're over there promoting. It's like a meat locker in this place, though, Allan. I mean, Brandon.
Yeah, we're not. All right, so
it's really cold. You better dress warm. They cranked up the AC at this place. So
Well, everybody's furry.
the furries are enjoying this. This is the first time.
I was going to say
sweating,
it would be really nice going in there on a July day, but why did I have to go in right after the weather broke?
Yeah, it actually cooled off. It's actually really nice. So.
You should have worn your fur coat.
Yeah. So we're over there promoting the Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention coming up November 1st at the beautiful and spacious and comfortably, the climate is going to be perfect in there. November 1st at the beautiful Memphis Hilton.
Are you getting a discount every time you talk about how beautiful it is?
I probably need to get a...
Yeah, we need to talk about them about that. Because it is amazing and it looks great, but you're laying it on a little thick.
Okay, but we're excited about being back. You can get your tickets at memphiscfc.com, and there's a handful of vendor booths and artist booths left. But you guys, I had a question, and Max, I'm going to ask you. Yesterday was a noteworthy anniversary.
And now, a legend in geekdom.
What was the anniversary? Because it sparked a question that I have.
Well, it was when Skynet became self-aware.
In 1997.
Correct.
August 29th, 1997.
It was also the day that Netflix was founded.
Oh, now is that a connection? So, okay.
There's a lot of terrible things that happened on August 29th.
Here's my question, and Brandon, I'm going to challenge you to not go on some political rant, and I'm asking all of you guys, this is a roundtable question.
What are you talking about, man?
Okay, but
it's about reality, not politics.
We've looked at, we've had dystopian stories throughout sci-fi and everything, and a lot of times they missed the mark. I'm sorry, Skynet never did become self-aware yet. I mean, there's still time. But
do you really think that ChatGPT has somebody working on programming to upgrade it? It's doing it itself.
Well, my question is, so we've missed the mark on a few of these things. You know, we've had, it's funny too, if you go on YouTube and you look at magazines from like the 1800s and what they predicted the 20th century was going to be like. And they had like flying, Zeppelins and stuff taking you to work and all this. And it was a little inaccurate, but what do we think's actually going to wipe us out? Like, I think that would be something interesting. Okay, I don't think Skynet's necessarily going to happen
I think Douglas Adams predicted it.
Okay.
It's going to be a virus spread by cell phones. Because we don't have phone sanitizers.
Okay, I'm asking in a real question, Allan. So, okay. You had to get your little cute one in there. So.
Well, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a paragon of sci-fi and nerd culture.
All right, turn off his mic.
Plus, do you really want to talk about, like, the sad probability of mass food insecurity or what have you?
Let's get it right.
Is that really the vibe that we want for our Geek show today? Because I don't think so.
I mean, the thing about Skynet is that it combined the idea of AI and nuclear war, and it's actually pretty appropriate that it was August 29th, too, because that's when the Soviet Union tested its first atomic bomb, and guess what it was nicknamed in the West as?
What?
Joe 1.
Hey, really? So they wanted to kill the...
You got a bomb named after you, Joe.
Joe Six-Pack, so...
pretty
See,
sure
Claire,
that
we can be ready for it if we plan for it. But
Well, we're not going to be ready for anything because no matter what you predict, you have what I love to call the eureka moment that changes everything.
you didn't call it that. Historians called it that long before you were even born.
I know.
Alan, I beg to differ. Right
Oh,
here,
Jesus.
you can go back. If somebody is a documentarian of Geek Tank Radio, they're going to hear how many predictions have we made that have actually come about.
Oh, like all of
down to the letter.
Oh,
So,
well,
I'm
well,
sorry. This
Now-
is a place for predictions.
Now
so.
I'm just thinking, though, of the line that John Lennon said, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. And it's like, we can't really, I feel like we kind of have plans of what we think is going to happen. But then it's like, oh, wait, I didn't expect that to happen.
Right. Well, I'll give you a case in point.
No,
Okay.
no, hold on. Look, I'm just going to tell you, and I'm going to end this whole conversation. You know what's going to end us, Joe?
What?
Dumb questions.
I don't think so.
It always starts with a, hey, I wonder, and it's like, there's a comedian on, that I follow. Her name's Taylor Watson. She talked about how we never give enough credit to the people who tested out mushrooms. It's like this one over here, like tastes like beef. This one killed Brian immediately. That's how it's going to happen. Is somebody's going to go, hey, what do you think would happen if, and then boom.
Then followed by the expression, hold my beer.
I think
No, because it's going to kill all of us. We won't have any beers to hold.
it's going to be some sort of weird food additive that everybody consumes that suddenly has a weird reaction.
We're going to get Doctor Strangeloved.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Skynet. I
think it's going to be intergalactic.
Oh, really? You think they're coming?
There's a 40% chance the comet on its way to us now going 130 miles per hour. 130,000 miles per hour. There's a comet on the way right now that Dr. I think his last name is Abel at Harvard says is a 40% chance of being a mothership.
Well, there we go. See, they may be coming in. I don't know.
That's not aliens, dude. It just means it's going to destroy us. It's going to basically take our place.
It might not be a comet. It might be a mothership.
Well, knowledge is power, so I still stand by our decision to talk about the end of civilization here on Geek Tank Radio.
You're listening to Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max. Joe Thorderson wore a Godzilla costume to his senior prom. The Geek Patrol is back.
Yeah, the tail's the worst part. It
I will-
clears the dance floor. So
Mad
I would
props,
pay,
Mad
honestly,
props.
real money to see pictures of that.
yeah.
What did she wear? Was she in proper Was she in a proper Mothra getup?
Yeah.
Well, Joe, you might not know this, but Mothra is actually Godzilla's wife.
Yes,
Okay,
thank
well then
you.
we were off brand. It was the King Kong. What's the lady that got the blonde that got
Fay Ray.
Fay
Ray.
Ray.
We've really beaten this into the ground. And welcome back to Geek Tank Radio, everybody. We went way too long with that gag.
I would like to go ahead and apologize to all of our listeners out there. This was AI.
Okay. I'm Joe.
We wish we could be that funny.
This is natural stupidity. AI's got nothing to do
Stop
with
it, Alan.
I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmstead and Allan Gilbreth and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And in the house, our friend Claire McKelvey from
Howdy.
years gone by. We used to be on the air with Claire every week, and then now
We were.
Yeah, but hey, Claire, and today's sort of one of these. You're just going to have to stay tuned. There's a lot of organic things happening, but Claire, you went to an estate sale.
Well, I
What-
haven't
what
gone
big
yet.
deal?
But
No.
okay, so
So tell us about it. Yeah.
So I have a medical condition. It's called goopy grabby collector brain,
Okay.
and I like to satisfy
That's
that
medical.
with a number. It might be
Yeah.
terminal.
Okay.
So
There's no cure.
one of the ways I like to satisfy this urge is by looking around at estate sales. And so I'm browsing online, being like, okay, what's going on this weekend? And I'm going to pass my phone around with the pictures
Oh, no.
to some of y'all to
That
make
means-
sure that you understand that I'm not kidding.
Alan, that means you got to put it on the Facebook page.
At a place around the corner from here, actually. Some place has a truckload of taxidermy. We're talking zebras. We're talking Cape buffalo, full lions, antelope heads. Like,
I've
it's
seen it.
crazy.
I've seen it.
And I am dangerously tempted to see if they still have the zebra head so that I can take it home and put silly hats on it and name it Greg.
I
mean,
got
that's-
many questions, but
That's
yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Taxidermy.
That's fair. I mean, I did almost buy a Wookiee rug. Not a Wookiee rug, a Wampa rug.
I say,
It's fake though. It's not made of real
me
Wampa.
a Wampa rug.
To your
right?
knowledge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
no. They've said it's synthetic. Yeah.
Claire, you're into taxidermy. I never would have guessed this.
Not necessarily. I just think animals are neat.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm creeped out by taxidermy. There's just something really wrong about seeing
You're
a
talking
stuffed
to a woman
animal.
who has several jars in her house with like feathers, insects, animal bones. I've got a snake skin in one of them. Like, it's rad.
I'm
Hey,
sort of stunned. I was okay.
So you're a big fan of the oddities, apparently.
Sort of. Like, I've got
Yeah.
oddities. I've got
That-
goofy action figures.
That
I've got
that
movies. I got
explains
all
so
kinds of
damn
random
much.
collections. Goopy grabby collector brain.
Claire,
The world is wonderful.
if you had to psychoanalyze yourself, why do you think you like stuffed dead animals? Like, why would you want that in your home?
Because animals are beautiful.
To put hats on it. She already told
And to
you.
put hats on it. It's a combination of appreciation for a creature that, like,
Okay.
and also
This is-
doing silly things to it.
This
This is
real.
the dichotomy of me.
This is genuinely going to take it off the rails. So where are you going to get your hats? Because you've got to get specific hats if they're going to go on a zebra head.
I mean, do I really?
Yeah, seriously. Because if not, you don't see that it's a zebra.
with some proper, elastic bands or double-sided tape, you can put anything on that zebra.
Are you sure?
Do you
'Cause-
want to test me?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
If you get that zebra head at the estate sale, I'm expecting you to come back in here and let us know.
I want to
At
give it a
least-
sombrero. We'll
at
give it one of
least
those little
once-
like church lady hats
Yeah.
with the netting and the flowers.
I need you in here at least once every 6 weeks with like a full on report on what you did with the zebra this time.
And what my cat would think of it. Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
Claire, would you ever go to one of those taxidermy conventions or things like that? Or I think it is called, Brandon, an oddities convention where you go there and there's jars of like eyes and weird.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, it's the difference between a taxidermy convention and an oddities one. I feel like a taxidermy convention would be more of like a Hunter Bros situation, which is not really my bag. Whereas an oddities one, you'd have a bunch of like fun witch chicks who
Yeah.
know how to party.
Yeah, it's true.
And those are the people I would hang out with.
It's true because you've got a certain clientele you'll find at the oddities. But yeah,
Exactly.
if you go to a taxidermy thing, there's going to be too many people who want to mansplain to you how they
and like showing off their basic deer, like whatever.
Yeah.
And also like,
You want to see a Fiji mermaid.
yes.
You want to see, you want to see cryptids. You want to see jackalopes. You want to see. All right.
And
well,
also, this is like the only way for me to like ethically obtain
all right,
an
well, I
exotic
think-
creature skin. Like, I didn't kill it. I didn't do anything bad to it.
In fact,
somebody already had it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't you empowering or aren't you what's the word?
These things have been here for like 25 years.
Yeah, the
somebody killed it and now you're
and that
rewarding
per-
them for
and
it.
that
They're
person-
dead. That's
that
why their
person is
kids are
now
selling all their
dead.
stuff.
I don't know, man. I think there's
And
a question there.
the kids
so-
are like, please sell this stuff now.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think you're tapping into a basic part of, I would have to say, nerd and geek culture, and the fact that we do love the weird. Mm-hmm. And that would explain a lot of the superheroes and a lot of the characters that we love, because let's face it, they're not going to walk down the street.
I'm gonna step back to a more normal stance and just go, hey, weird stuff is cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
All of the
Well,
above.
it's
And I
about
mean-
to be your season. Your yard is about to bloom.
Oh, dude, did I tell you what Joe got me for the conventions?
What Joe got you?
Joe bought. Well,
You talked me into paying for it, basically.
It's for the
So, yeah,
con.
yeah.
And they'll be a because
I
we-
love whatever excuse you
Okay.
can ram in here. Yeah,
Hey, Joe, our con is on November 1st.
it is.
Home Depot has a 3-pack of Dia de los Muertos ultra posable skeletons.
Yes,
they
they
are
do.
so pretty.
They are.
Yeah, and Joe got me 3 to put up in the convention.
Yeah, I don't know, but they got to go at your house because Brandon said this is what we need, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he bought it.
How
for
much
us,
is this going to
and
cost? What are we going to?
And now they get to and they'll get to hang out at the convention every year from here on out. I just have to put clothes
And I
on.
hate to tell you, Joe, you're on November 1st. You are neck deep in it. You have no escape.
No, we want it. Well,
Dude.
what do you mean no escape? We wanted to be
No,
on November
you don't
1st.
understand.
We like it.
The rest of the room is looking at you smirking.
No.
Because you are neck deep.
We've seriously discussed this.
Really?
Yeah. When we come back, me and Joe can lay out some of the really cool Halloween type stuff that we're doing at MCFC this year.
Sure.
We
Let's
don't
get
have
a
enough
shameless
time before
plug.
we don't have enough time before we go to commercial break.
Okay, but also I have a fundamental question that Claire's making me think of, which is why do we collect things?
You're listening to Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max. The Geek Patrol is back.
And welcome back to Geek Tank Radio, everybody. I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmsted and Allan Gilbreth and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And in the house, our friend Claire McKelvey, who is really shocking me. She was telling me, to look at Claire, I would not suspect this. You're the last person I would actually suspect of this, Claire, but you like to collect, among other things, taxidermy, jars full of eyes, weird organic things that that you're basically pickling and saving.
I don't have anything pickled. I let them, dry out.
Okay. Well, it launched a bigger question, which is why do we collect things? And all of us, I think, if we're honest, we collect something. Mm-hmm. Max, you are a minimalist. You literally, I've seen your house. You basically have very few possessions. You still have some things, but Brandon, you pointed out maybe Max collects things that are more intangible or something.
He collects experiences and knowledge.
Is that true, Max, would you say? Or
I'd say so. I'm kind of like I kind of like the idea of hoarding experiences, and I kind of view experiences as a form of currency.
You know what you remind me of? There's a Sherlock Holmes book, and he references this exactly. He says all of us have a brain attic, and we stock that brain attic with what we need. That's what he does. He stocks it with information he needs. And Max, I could picture what your brain attic looks like.
It's a pensive full of everybody else's thoughts.
There you go.
Well, you raise a wise word, though, because you use the word hoard there. And I think that raises the other question of what is the distinction between a collector and a hoarder? Because my thought has always been, collection without curation is hoarding. I collect a lot of things, but I'm very curatorial about which ones I keep and have. Like, I'm interested in a lot of things, but that does not necessarily mean I will get and keep them all.
I don't know. So I feel like there's something that I think it usually goes back to our childhood somehow. Because I'm pretty basic, Brandon. Like lately, I've been on a little bit of a kick over the last few years of reacquiring comic books that I read when I was like 9 that I never took care of, and then now they're worth like $1,000. But I like to get. Just because it reminds me of a positive experience from my childhood.
Right.
So
I'm gonna take it in a different direction, but I understand that.
Yeah.
My collecting follows the same vein, but in a slightly different way. When I was a kid, playing with my toys, everything lived in the same universe. Didn't matter if it was a 3 3/4 G.I. Joe or a 5-inch He-Man figure; they hung out.
Now that's interesting.
All right. So
ahead.
Because it's always been about the creativity of the whole deal. Well, nowadays when I collect something, if you go in and look at my figure shelf, people are like, "Well, why do you have this with this? Why is Jay Uso and Eddie from Stranger Things standing together both yeeting?"
Because they're friends.
Right. Well, and the thing is like, if you look at myself, a lot of the things are modern day versions of the toys I had as a kid. Sure, they're dusty and on a shelf now, but it's the same kind of thing. I had my wrestling figures hanging out with, various, horror figures. I mean, I collect. I used to collect the Mego figures of the Universal Monsters. Mm-hmm. I now have NECA versions of the Universal Monsters. I'm a big, Jason fan. I've got all the NECA Jasons. They're the only things I have that are still in their package because they have window boxes and it allows me to display them. But everything else comes out of the package. It goes up on a shelf in a post. I've got the Ninja Turtles in their samurai gear from Ninja Turtles 3 hanging out with the gargoyles from the Disney cartoon Gargoyles.
Before I had to put the action figures up temporarily because my new cat kept knocking them over.
That's why I got dogs.
Yep. I would have, Captain America and Wonder Woman both fighting a xenomorph. It's
There
good
you go.
times.
It kind of makes me think of the few things that I do collect. They kind of follow the same pattern of just kind of repeating a modern version of what my childhood did. Because the things that I collect and display, curate, as you would say, is Lego sets. And the reason I do that is because there were certain sets that I couldn't get when I was a kid because I couldn't afford them. But now that I'm an adult with a paycheck, I can get like the big creator expert sets that I had always wanted from way back in the day.
What are some of the ones that you have? I'm curious.
I have the 10th anniversary creator expert set. I have a lot of my collection is the Star Wars range. I love the Star Wars range. And that also goes back to my childhood because of the things that I tried to build when I was younger, but had little success, like the giant Star Destroyer that I tried to build and everything, and was very vexed by.
It's interesting because I feel like if you go to somebody's house, you can tell, I'm always interested in the psychology of things and why we do what we do. I think a lot of it always goes back to your childhood, for good or bad. I think that's the part that forms you. Like, and like, for example, Brandon, there was a customer of mine, and he was as buttoned up and straight laced as you could get. I think he was like a bank manager or something. And then he showed me this room, and we're talking tens of thousands of dollars worth of those expensive trains. He had a whole room dedicated to that. I'm like, you would never guess this guy is into that.
So my
So what is that?
I don't know, but my grandfather, he grew up poor in Pennsylvania. Young Irish kid, he had two choices: go into the Navy or go into the mob. Went into the Navy. He went into the Navy, but he never had those things when he was growing up.
Yeah.
Now when he lived in Hohenwald, Tennessee, which the Elephant Sanctuary, Hohenwald, Tennessee, he lived on the side of a mountain. In his basement, he built an entire town for his trains. And it was just something he always liked as a kid. And it's something that he had kind of instilled in me when I was young. He gave me a conductor's cap. And he was also, he was an artist. He drew me because I was his first grandchild. And he drew me in pencil in so many different things. And one of them is me wearing that conductor's hat. And so it's always been something that he loved. So he, as in his retirement years, his golden years, he went ahead and bought all that.
So is the reason we collect things is because we're trying to rewrite our childhood and
I think
recreate or something? I think there's deeper levels here.
I think we're reliving the moments that made us happy.
Okay.
I mean, I bought
Claire. That's the moments that made you happy.
Yes,
jars of.
I love how you're now going to rewrite this thing of me being some kind of animal hoarder of dead creatures. I'm like, I have two jars that I consider.
It's kind of awesome though.
I don't know.
So I mean,
my real collection is movies, actually.
I know a guy who's a huge Cubs fan and a huge Batman fan, so I bought him a Batman head knocker in a Cubs uniform, basically.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
well,
I'm making fun of you, Joe.
We'll continue when we come back here on Geek Tank Radio.
You're listening to Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max. The Geek Patrol is back.
Surprise, you're dead!
And I don't even know what that was. And welcome back to Geek Tank Radio, everybody. I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmsted and Allan Gilbreth, and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And in the house, our friend Claire McKelvey visiting in and telling us a little more than we probably needed to know about her personal collections and her proclivities towards, taxidermy and everything else. But
Claire, how many Blu-rays do you have right now?
Blu-ray specifically or movies in general?
Because let's just go with physical media.
As of yesterday, 202.
Okay.
You're probably onto something though, because they, how many times have we had digital downloads and then they just disappear?
There's actually a class action
lawsuit right now.
Right.
Yeah. Because they have not, because licensing goes away, video goes away. People who purchase it getting a little upset.
Yeah, and Claire, when you pick up a Blu-ray and you watch it, no algorithm is reporting you to
and the quality
Big Brother
is better.
and telling you. Yeah, so I'm with you. I don't blame you.
And it's shocking how in the age of the internet, when theoretically everything is available and at our disposal, how hard it is to find some things, and then you have other movies that have been trapped in licensing purgatory forever, and who only exist on DVDs that you can get secondhand.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, have you bought a DVD in the past couple of years, and a TV show, movie, or something that you remember from several years back, and you go to watch it, and all of a sudden it's like, that's not how I remember it. That's not the music. That's what, because they got gutted because of licensing.
Well, I have not had that experience, but I've heard many people who did, and I'm just like, oof, one more reason to just go for the OG physical media.
Yeah. Well, but Brandon, we teased this up earlier, and I know you go through physical pain if you can't work in a shameless plug.
Oh, I do. I do. Hey, look,
so we're going to talk. We're going to switch gears, but
until MCFCX with the embrace change thing, when you made me the chairman, I didn't have this issue. But now it's like it's eating at me. It's like I got to promote. I constantly got to promote.
Yeah.
I mean, I run around in an MCFC baseball jersey. I don't play baseball.
Well, okay.
I definitely can't round the bases.
Jerseys are cool. Well, the 15th annual Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention is coming up November 1st, and yes, it's a one. We're taking Saturday's always been our biggest day. We sell 90% of our tickets then, so we said, well, we have a reason behind this. We're gonna just put a marathon nonstop action day.
This is a special anniversary where we are starting at 9 a.m. and ending at midnight. So it's 15 hours of programming. It's hard. And I've been scheduling all week.
Well, it's the day after Halloween, and we're like, well, it's fair game to call it Halloween weekend, too.
It is Halloween weekend.
We're still keeping the Halloween party going. So if you want to make a big weekend out of Halloween,
it's true.
I mean, show up.
Come on down to to MCFC over at the Hilton on November 1st. We will have various, I think there's 10 total stations around that'll have all sorts of little tchotchkes and everything decorated post for Halloween. But then inside we've got vendors who are going to have candy. Let your kids, your kids are going to live in their costumes all weekend anyway. Get some use out of that.
Yeah, there's going to be trick-or-treating. So, folks, if you can imagine going to vendor booths and you just go trick-or-treat. I mean, the kids are going to have a bag full of candy in 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It's nuts, because you know that,
sign me up.
When you went to bed on Halloween, your kids are going to eat all the candy they already got. So they might as well come get some more.
And our vendors are excited. They think it's
really
a cool idea. So so if you want to go trick-or-treating at the Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention, you'll just go up and all the participating vendors will have a big sign that just says, trick-or-treat.
They have a sign that says trick-or-treat. And they've got another sign once you've depleted their supply to let you know that they're out of candy.
Yeah, or treats. There may be some treats because we also want to make sure there's other things like little goodies and stuff. So
now I do have to ask, what happens if they pick trick?
I guess we're false advertising, right?
No.
We don't want any vendors getting egged or something.
No. You can't bring the eggs in, but that's only because the Hilton won't let us bring any outside food.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
But if you want to toilet paper a vendor, that's between you and the vendor. And if you end up on the receiving end of the trick because of what you tried to do, that's between you, the vendor, and security.
Yeah, we didn't think about the ramifications.
I totally thought about the ramifications. Okay. I'm not saying that I bullied any of our artists or vendors into participating because I warned them that they could get egged or toilet papered. I didn't do that at all.
Now, Claire, you're going to appreciate this. We're going a different route. We have partnered with the theater community here in Memphis, and so we're going to have 2 full theatrical productions. These are like from start to finish, we're going to have, it's called Through the Looking Screen. It's a one-woman operetta musical set in modern time. It's basically all about social media. It's an opera about social media.
It's about dating apps.
And dating apps.
Sounds like existential despair.
But hey, before that,
by the Quark Theater, and they sold this performance out in Collierville, and now we're doing an encore. And it's so your ticket includes this performance, and we have another performance.
It's not an extra charge on top of it. And yes, we also have
Hutchison
School. Student, she completely changed Mask of the Red Death into a 1-act play.
Yeah.
Now I'm interested.
And that's going to be, at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then Through the Looking Screen will be at 3 o'clock on Saturday.
Right.
We followed that up with Josh Mason doing his 20th anniversary cinematic spotlight. We have the zombie party afterwards. We're going to have Tom Knowles, who's going to be he's the fencing instructor over at the Collierville Arts Academy, and these are fun. And they teach you basically how to use a lightsaber. Yeah, and
like
that
actual lightsaber duels.
That'll be that morning. I mean, there's just so much going on. We've got A.G. Howard's going to come back and do a 3-part workshop. Each part is 2 hours across the day, where he's going to basically teach you how to begin your journey to creating a character until the end. We've got another workshop about creating your own original characters.
We got the Lego Lounge. We got
the
video
Lego
gaming,
Lounge.
board game. It's going to be nonstop action. Get your tickets.
And for those of you who missed it, we're bringing back the Decompression Lounge this year.
There you go. So get your tickets, and we love the Hilton. It's our favorite venue.
Totally love
go to memphiscfc.com. Go to the Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention Facebook page and follow the post. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope we'll see you there. But you guys, we got to get out of here. The show is over.
Already?
So until next week, we are the Geek Patrol, and I am Joe Thorderson.
I'm Allan Gilbreth.
I'm Maximilian.
I'm Claire.
And I am Brandon Olmsted, hoping you find that grail piece to your collection.